Well, hello, 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 everyone. Welcome to the Red Zone Live right here on Facebook and on YouTube. It is I, your girl, your musical concierge, Natalie Red. And oh my God, have I got a treat for you. That is right, ladies and gentlemen. My guest is none other than the soulful, sensational singer, songwriter, producer who was once described as a state of cathartic bliss for the listening audience. She has an extensive resume, such as traveling abroad with the Shy Lights, working with super producers Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis, and also working with the godfather of soul himself, James Brown. Can you guess who my guest is? No clue, do you? All right, well, let me go a little further. With songs like Turn It Up, that right there should be your first clue. Don't Marry Her, Come Get This Love, Kiss Me, Touch Me, and the remake of one of the most wonderful classics, which is now one of my favorite songs, One Less Bell to Answer. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. If you haven't figured it out by now, let me help you out. My guest is none other than the beautiful, talented Raja Nee. Let's welcome Raja Nee to the Red Zone. Hey, Ra.
What's up, Knots? What's Nagwan?
Oh, you had to hit me with that.
I actually did that for Tony Exum. That was for you, Tony.
Tony, stand down. How you doing, dear?
I'm good. How are you?
I am great. I am great. And I have to say, just watching the growth within the past couple of years that you have gone through and the different, I would say, pots that you have gotten your hands in, you are quite the diva. You are quite the diva.
I don't know about the diva, but I'm just doing me, the things that I like to do.
Well, see, and that's what makes you the diva. Because you're doing the things that you like to do. People take and get that term misconstrued. They think you have to be Mariah Carey and over the top. No, that's called being annoying. This
Yeah, because that show ain't her.
no, no, no. So tell the audience a little bit about Rajane in Rajane's words.
So Rajane is a singer, a songwriter, a producer. I directed a couple of videos. I've done quite a few things. I've been singing since I was 3 years old. And started out entertaining my parents, friends, and they tossed money at me. I was like, I kind of like this. This is kind of cool, especially being a shorty. Um, just I've had the opportunity to really work on my craft and meet some really great people in the process of doing so.
Mm. Well, I say, from the look in your resume, you've met quite a few, quite a
Quite a few.
few,
It's
quite a
been
few.
it's been it's been a blessing.
And that's a beautiful thing that you say that. It's a blessing because a lot of people, they don't tend to understand what a blessing truly is. They think that it's luck. There's a difference between stumbling up on luck and truly being blessed.
Absolutely.
So that's a beautiful thing. So let's get started in this interview, my love.
Okay.
Now, have you always, now you said starting off as a little girl, your parents would throw these little get togethers, what have you not, and have you singing. What was that one song or performance that you saw growing up that made you say, this is what I want to do?
There was no one in particular, but I was in love as a kid with Jackie Wilson. So that was my go-to song, Baby Workout. That was my
Oh,
performance. That was my performance song. I mean, and of course, watching Michael Jackson growing up, but I there were a lot of celebrities that I liked, a lot of musicians that I liked a lot that I watched.
okay, okay, all right. I get that. I get that. Now, far as influences, was Jackie Wilson the only musical influencer of your life? Who else were part of your influences?
Jackie Wilson, Prince, James Brown, Anita Baker, Shaka Khan, Aretha Franklin, Marvin Gaye, the heavy
Ah,
hitters. The
The
heavy
heavy
hitters.
hitters. The
Yeah.
heavy hitters. You know what? Do you say Anita Baker? I can see that
Really?
because yeah, when I listen to your music, I like most people like to listen to the beat. I listen to the tonality of the singer, and I can pick up who they could actually just go in and just kill it for.
I've studied all of them, I mean,
Oh,
and I've picked up a little bit of something from all of them and then just created my own style.
well, see, and you did very well in that creation.
Thank
Very
you.
well, very well. Now, I read this description in somewhere along the line when I was doing the whole lookup and studying you. I read a description of you as the 90s raga hip hop diva. And I'm like, okay, so I had to go back a little further to the 90s because the 90s was my joint right there. I had to go back to the 90s and I sat there and I said, okay, let me look at this right quick. And I would remember looking at this photo of you and I said, yeah, I see it. I see it. Yeah, okay, I see it. I see it. So, with them describing you as raga, which is more or less reggae,
Correct.
hip hop diva, through your musical journey, you have matured so. So, what would be your description of who you are as a singer now?
So back in the 90s, Rajane was more of a character than an individual. I mean, because I could flip patois,
Hmm.
and sing. So that was then. Now I'm actually doing me. I'm still Rajane, but I'm not that character because now I have an opportunity to be me and to sing about things that I connect to. I didn't get an opportunity to do a lot of singing, which was unnerving to me, because everybody was
Mm-hmm.
like, speaking patois, chanting patois, and I'm like, no, I'm a singer. I want to sing, but I didn't get an opportunity to do a lot of that. So now it's just like, what's patois? I'm singing. So it's the opposite
Ah,
now.
I get you. I get you. Well, you know what though? A lot of artists that came out 90s have all said that when they come out, when they first hit the scene, they didn't really get to be who they really are as artists. They had to be what the label or whomever they were signed to wanted them to be. They had to
Absolutely.
depict that person, and that's so uncool. So kudos on getting to the point to where you can be you, and that's a
It,
beautiful thing.
it was important to me. I mean, it's a long story, but I started to become a little bit rebellious. You know what I'm saying? Because I just wanted to sing and everybody else wanted me to chant. And I'm like, okay, well, something's got to give.
I feel you. I feel you. I feel you. Well, speaking of being able to flip from this to that in your chit chat style and your dialect, most of you all may not know this, and some of you don't, but Rajane had one of the dopest songs on Low Down Dirty Shame soundtrack. Now, if you don't know, I advise you to go look it up and you'll go, yep, yep, yep. But what we didn't know, and I didn't know this until I read up on it, that you teamed up with Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis in the creation of this, in the production of this. How
Absolutely.
did that come about?
Everything that I worked on, I co-wrote. I mean, because I'm a writer. That particular song I did with Jam, though, I never stepped into a booth. I stood right at the board with him, and we just like, it was basically us playing around. That whole rap, that part. I mean, he was laughing so hard. I was like, "Oh, I got another line," and I would say the line, and he would just fall out laughing. And he actually recorded it while I was doing it, so it kind of just stuck.
Oh, wow.
It stuck. Terry Terry came in a little bit later after we had got like most of it down, and because I was cursing in it, he was like, "I don't like it." So he walked out. He walked out, and I looked at Jim. I was like, "You in trouble?" But we kept it though, and it turned out to be like a really great song. So I'm grateful.
That well, see, great doors. You walked into some beautiful doors, and even though Terry might not like it, Jam was like Jam, yeah.
Exactly, exactly.
Now, for it being such an extensive time, looking at your discography, your discography, whatever you want to call it, I can't think of it right now because my brain is on.
Discography, you right.
There we go. Um, looking at the extent of time between recordings, what made you decide to come back and record now?
So, life happened. I was taking care of my mother, and then I was in school pursuing a couple of degrees. Then I got married, and the kids came, and so I stepped away from music for a minute. I was doing jingles though. I was still, doing music, but doing like commercials. And then, I mean, when you're a music person and when it's in you and it's a part of you, it's hard to like leave it alone. So
Re-
producers,
Repeat that because there's a lot of people that's not understanding
it's
that.
hard. It's almost like an addiction. Some people are addicted to women, men, shoes, clothes, bags. I'm addicted to music.
Shoes, music.
Shoes, bags, but I mean it's like an addiction. And so a couple of producer friends of mine started sending me tracks and I just started writing.
Oh, see, and what look what came out of it.
Absolutely.
Now, on your latest project, are you sole producer or are you co-producer on it?
I'm producing with other people.
Okay, so co-production. Gotcha,
Yeah,
gotcha,
co-production.
gotcha, gotcha,
Some I
gotcha.
produce on my own, but I'm co-producing with other people that I trust.
That and that is the key word right there. Trust. 'Especially after I don't know if you watched the unsung of Teddy Riley.
I have not seen it.
Girl, you gotta watch it.
Okay.
Cause the things when I say brother spilt tea, he put it on the stove, he made it, he didn't pour it, he spilled all of it. I mean just all of it. And the things that he was just letting it out, like he must have had it pent up for years. But he let things out and I was like, ooh, that really made me say dum dum diddy for real. Just 'cause it was too
Yeah,
much
this industry is something else. I mean, I always say you have to have thick skin because you'll think that people are down for you and low key they're not. They're using you to get whatever they can get. So you just
mm,
have to be careful.
that is true. That is so true. That is so true. Now, a lot of artists, including myself, base their songs on things that either they have witnessed or experienced in life. Now, without getting too personal in your business, I need to know what was the reason for these following songs.
Okay. Okay.
I don't want you no more.
I don't. I didn't. Um, I Don't Want You No More was actually written by Richard Wilford, my pastor. The hook was.
Oh wow.
And the hook was, I was like, this hook is hot. And so he wrote the hook, and based on his hook, I wrote the verses.
Ah, well, give it up to Pastor for writing that hook. I don't
Pastor
want you
is
no
no
more.
joke. He
I
ain't no
see.
joke. He is no joke. Now I don't know what he was going through, but I'm just saying. I was like, I can relate to this. Let me sing this part. I can relate.
All right. Well, let's move on to Kiss Me, Touch Me. Now, that's a little sensual because when I saw the title, I'm going to tell you what I thought. When I
What did you
first
think?
saw the title, I was thinking Monifa when she first came out with Do You Really Want to Touch It? That's what I was thinking. And I'm like, okay, let's see how raw Raja Nee about to
Mm-mm.
get.
That's some old 70s, old school, let me get in my car and just ride kind of funk.
Ah,
Pastor wrote the hook for that one too.
I'm going to have to find your pastor.
He bad, right?
Yeah, I'm going to have to find the pastor. We're going to have to sit and talk.
He wrote the hook for that one too. So when he wrote the hook, I had been sitting on that track. I am not lying, for at least 10 years, maybe.
Mm,
And I love the track so much that I didn't want to mess it up. So I gave it to like two or three people to write to. And I didn't really like connect to anything. And so then he sent me that hook and I was like, I got it. I know what the verses are now. So it just
see?
kind of like fell in place.
See, it was made for you. It wasn't made for somebody else to vibe or write to. It was made directly for you. So that's a beautiful thing. Now, the next song, Come Get This Love.
Pastor wrote that one too.
Man, hold up. Dear Pastor, if you are watching this interview, my name is Natalie Red. You can find me at www.iamnataliered.com. Hit me up. We're going to have to talk about your lyrical stylings, Chief.
He's a bad man with a pen. I'm not lying. So what we normally do is I'll send him a track and he'll hum a melody or hum some words and he'll send it back to me. And I'm like, how did you come up with this? This is bad. You make me sick. And so then we'll get on FaceTime and then I'll just track it, and he'll guide me through vocally, or sometimes he'll just let me go. But with
Ah,
that song, he let me go. He was just
okay.
like, go. And I went.
Well, I got to say, Pastor, you have a career in not only writing sermons, but in writing music.
Yeah,
Look a sister up.
he's a bad man. He wrote quite a bit on my upcoming CD. Quite a bit.
Wow. Well, Pastor hashtag steamy. I agree. You hashtag steamy, Pastor. Oh my God. Now, the song that I have been playing as of late of yours has now become one of my favorite songs by you, which is a classic that you decided you wanted to put your own spin to. One Less Bell to Answer. What made you take on that song? Because you know how some people take on classics and they try to put their spin on it, but they really don't get there. And it make you just say, yeah, just leave that alone, like Taylor
That was
Swift did.
not my idea. That was not my idea. That was Wilfred Freelix, um, the artist, the jazz artist, the guitar player. We were trying to think of a cover, and I had something totally different. I had a taste of honey, and he was like, "You know what I think you should do?" And I was like, "What?" He said, "One Less Bill to Answer," and I was like, "Oh, okay, I like that song. I know it already." And so he played it for me. He sent me the track. The first time I tried to sing it, I couldn't connect. It just wasn't working. And then I was like, okay, I was going through something. I had just lost somebody very close to me. It was
Mm.
very easy for me to connect after that. And I just one take and I was done.
Wow. Well, I gotta say, I'm loving it. And you have, let's see, Benny. Benny said,
That's my
"Yep."
sister. Hey, Benny.
Benny said, "Yep, yep, yep." James Culpepper said, "Outstanding
That's
lady."
that's Joe. That's my man right there.
And Michael Wilson says, "Awesome woman of purpose." And you know what, Rajane, I got to say, you and I have vibed since like
Day
the
one.
first
Day one.
since day one. And
Day one.
I agree with them all. You are truly an outstanding person. And I have to say, I know Tony Exum Jr. is listening. So
Tony.
if I do not say this, I can hear him say, "You didn't pass no love from me." But Tony speaks so highly of you. He loves your musical styling. He loves your personality, and he really feels the vibe that you give as an artist. So, on behalf of Mr. Exum Jr. and yes, Tony, I am charging you for this shout out. On behalf of Tony Exum Jr., thank you for being just such a lovely person that you are.
Thank
It.
you so much. Love you, Tony. Love you, Tony. Hey, Derek. Look at Derek and Michael that's my Barack. That's my right hand man.
I want the pastor to jump on. That's what I want.
I'm gonna text him and tell him to jump. You really need. He is something, man. I'm telling you, he is amazing.
Oh my God,
He
pastor,
is
look me
amazing.
up. You tell me what you charge. I will. No problem. I pay it.
He
If I
is
can't,
amazing. I'm
I
not
hit.
kidding.
I hit
If
the
you got
code.
the tracks, he'll write.
Oh, see. Oh my God. Now, in working with various different producers, now this is coming from the singer side, because usually I ask the producers this about vocalists. So I'm gonna switch it.
Okay.
Coming from the singer side, what is the most difficult thing to deal with when working with producers?
I don't work with them.
Ah, and there you go.
I don't. They send me the tracks and I do the work.
All right. Well, see,
I'll
there's
send it. Yeah, I'll send it back and get a yay or nay. If it's something that they don't like, then I'll change it. But I really It's rare. The only producers that I really ever worked with was Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis, and early on Otto and Cherokee. So there were really no difficulties with either one of them. But
Either.
ever since then, it's been just me on my own doing what I do.
And that's a beautiful thing. That is a beautiful thing. Before I go into the next question, I talk about this a lot with a various different artists, with various different producers, in regards to giving advice to the newbies, because the newbies think that you can just, don't get me wrong, there are some who can go out there and do something on TikTok or SoundCloud or YouTube and boom, just go. You know what I mean? There are some. But then many of them think that this game is so easy that you could just jump in with both feet and not drown. What advice can you give them?
Slow and steady.
Ooh,
Slow
that's
and steady. Take your time. Sometimes it might take you a little bit longer than somebody else, but timing is everything. Take your time. Take your time.
that is so perfect. And you heard it from Raja Nee herself. Take your time. And that is honest to God truth, because it's not going to happen overnight. And even those who do happen to hit it overnight, they usually end up being that one hit wonder. So,
Absolutely.
if you find that it's taking you a minute, that's okay. Just keep going, because the perfect song actually does take time.
It does.
Now, if you had an opportunity to do a duet,
Joe.
I love Joe. I can't even lie to you. I
Joe.
love Joe. Why Joe?
Mm, does that
Never mind.
explain enough?
Yep. Never mind. Never mind.
Because no, okay, no, seriously, because he is like. But let me tell you, I messed up because when I first got signed to Jam and Lewis, they say, "Who do you want to work with?" Joe, and he sent me some songs, and he was new. His album had just came out, and the songs that he sent me were very close to what he did. And I was like,
Mhm.
that's not exactly what I'm looking for. I messed that up. I should have said, I'll take it. I'll
but
take it just to
but
establish the relationship.
tis true, tis true. But you know what though? You actually ended up making the right choice, because you might have done the song and then after hearing it, you would have said, it still doesn't feel like me. And if it felt more like him than it
It
did
did.
like you,
It did.
yeah, yeah, I get it though, Joe. For me, I would say there's two people, either Music Soul Child, because
Yes.
love
Yes.
him, or Eric Benet.
Yes. Both are great choices. They're
Oh,
bad, both of them.
Eric Benet's falsetto is so beautiful. Girl, make you melt.
You
Woo!
said
Yes.
melt. I was thinking something else, but
Uh,
okay. Yeah,
Look
melt.
here, I'm trying to keep it PG. I'm trying to keep it PG, Rob. I'm trying to keep it PG. I don't need Facebook nor YouTube to say beep, 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 beep.
Exactly.
Don't need that. Don't need that. Don't need that. All right. Well, our time is actually winding up. So,
For real?
yeah, 25 minutes went fast, didn't it?
Man, it went fast.
So, tell the people where they can find your music, where they can find you on social media, website, all that beautiful thing.
You can find a lot of information about me at rajane.com. That's RAJA hyphen NEE.com. You can also find me on all social media platforms at Rajane1212.
You heard the lady, Rajane 1212. And ladies and gentlemen, if you missed the interview, no problems. It will be up. That's all I got to say. You can find it on my page. You can find it on YouTube. You can replay it. And you can, guess what? You can still comment, and Rajane and I will get those comments. That's the
Absolutely.
beautiful thing about it. That's the beautiful thing about it. But I want to thank Rajane so, so very much. Thank you, love, for just coming in and being who you are. And that's
Thank
what
you,
I
Nat.
love it. No show, no facade. Just straight
Mm-mm.
Rajane, straight grit, and I love every minute of it. Love
Thank you,
every
Nat.
minute.
Oh,
You're
and congratulations to you on your new single.
Thank
If
you.
my people haven't heard it, y'all need to check out Natalie Red. Come on, let's give it. Give me the name of the single. Give it
Only
to
takes
us.
a beat, baby. Only takes a
Ah,
beat.
what? What?
Check it out. Thank you. Thank you. Yep. And the words of your sister. Yep. Yep. Oh my God. Oh my God. Rajane. Oh, see.
Ooh, look,
Oh,
look.
look,
Oh,
look who
that,
jumps on. Look who
that,
jumps
look,
on.
look. There goes my
Oh Lord.
baby.
Look, look. I can see him wiping the sweat beads off the baldness.
I told you you weren't ready for us together, Tony. I told you. I told you.
No. Hey Tony, just keep your eyes and ears open because Rajane and I are thinking about some things.
Mm. And it includes you,
And it
sir.
includes you. And get your mind out the gutter because it ain't
Yeah,
what you're
yeah,
thinking.
yeah. It ain't like that. It ain't going out. It ain't like that.
Oh my God. Oh my God. I could do this forever. You all, thank you so much for tuning into the Red Zone right here, Facebook, YouTube. It's been super dope having my girl Rajane in. I'm so loving this. Ladies and gentlemen, check out her music. If you haven't, I'm telling you, check it out because it is so worth it.
Thank you,
So
Nat.
worth it. And look here, y'all know if y'all know Nat, she don't lie when it comes to music, boo boo. I ain't got time for that. That's just too much. I'm not gonna lie to you. My mama told me if you can't say anything nice,
Don't
don't say
say
nothing. Oh,
nothing. Keep your mouth shut.
keep
Mm.
your mouth shut. All right, ladies and gentlemen, be sure to tune in to the Red Zone Sunday through Saturday. There you'll be able to listen to all music, all new music, music from my girl Rajane. Actually, Rajane will be my feature next week. So I'm
Thank you,
looking
Nat.
forward to that. And also follow me on YouTube, which is Natalie Red Channel, but on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter using the handle at I am Natalie Red. And that's Red with two D's. You can also go to my website, IamNatalieRed.com. Click on the Red Zone tab. There you'll find programming days, time, and show station links. Okay? Anything you want to know about Red, it is right there. Trust me. But that is my time. Again, thank you, Rajane, for hanging out with me.
My
Thank you
pleasure.
all for tuning in. Ra, I love you. Mwah.
Love you too.
You all be safe. Rod, don't you go anywhere.